Maybe.
Good morning! Welcome to Fort Fun Friday Facts, better known as... wrong side.
I'm ready and not ready all at the same time.
We made it. It is not even noon. Mark and Brandy Aspinall, the Living Colorado Elite team with Berkshire Hathaway Colorado Real Estate. Welcome to another beautiful overcast Friday.
Overcast. Yeah.
So beautiful. So great. So good.
I can't get my computer to work or this work. We got it.
We got it.
Too many pop-ups.
Oh, too many
There's
pop-ups.
so many pop-ups. Hi, everybody.
In case you've never joined us before, Fort Fun Friday Facts, we bring you some news about Fort Collins, Northern Colorado, surrounding area, Colorado in general, maybe the United States, maybe the world. It just depends on how hard we want to look that day.
Is it this way so they can read it? Or is it this?
You know what's bad is I won't know until we go back later and rewatch it because it flips everything on us. So news about Colorado, Northern Colorado, Fort Collins area, news about the real estate market, and then just some funny, silly, crazy news from all around the world.
Because why not?
Why not?
Why not? We are because why not? Sometimes we don't get to all of it. Sometimes we get to a lot of it. Sometimes we just don't even, we just kind of go, whoop.
We started out on like the educational side, like definitely like, hey, let's share the history of Northern Colorado. And then we had about, 2 months and we were running out of stories.
No, it was Fort Collins. It was just Fort Collins.
Just Fort Collins, yeah.
And then we're like, well, let's venture out a little. And now it's just become Fort Fun Friday Facts, better known as, because we live in Fort Collins and we're here in Fort Collins and we're here in Fort Fun. And so we bring you facts from
everywhere, but because we're from Fort Collins, that's where even if it doesn't play into any episode.
However, today it does.
Ooh, today it does.
Today it does. And because Mark loves it when I do this. Are we ready?
Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. Get on up. It's bobsled time.
Yeah! Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme.
Now, granted, that was for Jamaica.
However, we're going to take it. It is bobsled time at the Olympics. Mm-hmm. And what's so awesome about this, if you can manage to get up really early in the morning and watch it, or you could just watch the reruns. But Hunter Powell is from Fort Collins. He is a Fort Collins High grad and a CSU grad, and he will be competing for Team USA at the bobsled arena, whatever it's called. But I think that's pretty exciting that we have a Fort Collins grad and a CSU grad competing at the Olympics. So
what, do you know what round it is? Is this for the gold medal? Is this for something else?
You have 4 runs, I guess. It's for the, let me see. Powell is, a push athlete who landed in the Olympics less than 2 years after turning his focus from track and field to bobsledding.
Good choice there, Powell, because I'm sorry, I find track and field so boring most of the time. Lots of running. I don't like running.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And it's one of the last Olympic Games, and they are chasing gold. So he loves to inspire young kids and let's see, the 4-man bobsled team has 4 total runs over 2 days.
Okay.
And so literally this event is, you don't throw out your slowest, you don't throw out your fastest, it's just all 4 combined.
Oh.
So each single run counts.
I didn't remember that.
I didn't either until I read this. So, with this, it's going to be fun to watch. Mm-hmm. If you want to watch our own Fort Collins native compete in the Olympic Games, the first run is on February 21st. The coverage begins at 2 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the USA Network.
So if you're up or you haven't gone to bed yet,
there you go. The second run is at 3:55 a.m.
Oh, a little bit later.
Yeah, sleep in a little.
Lazy.
But the first 2 runs will also be included in the 9 a.m. Mountain Olympics show on the USA Network And on February 21st, a re-air of the first 2 runs will be shown at 6:45 p.m. So,
And I would assume it'd also be on Peacock since that's where everything is as well, but
well,
don't quote me on that.
yes. So let me continue. February 22nd.
Oh, we get the whole rundown.
Woo! The third run begins at 2 a.m.
She did her research, people.
And the fourth run, again, this is on the 22nd. The fourth run will be at 4:15 a.m. However, there is also the coverage of the final run to be shown on NBC beginning at 5:15 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. The 2 final runs will also be included in the 9 a.m. Mountain Olympic show. I hope you guys are writing all this down. And
Take notes.
the Olympic events are also available to be streamed live on...
Peacock?
Yes! So,
I imagine, babe, that as Colorado's such a winter state, that we probably have a lot of athletes competing in the Olympics right now. Do you have...
we do.
Can you speak more to that?
We do. So quickly, I did a lot of research on that. I actually asked AI this morning how many Colorado. It couldn't come up with an actual number. You would think that the advances in AI would yield an exact number of Colorado athletes competing at the Olympics. However, it could not. So, I will say there are 31 to 33 Colorado athletes
competing for Team USA.
USA at the 2026 Olympics.
Because no, you can't count McKinnon and McCarr and Lecky and Taves and all the other hockey players that are playing for their home teams. Landeskog, you can't count them because they're not playing for Team USA.
USA, that's true.
It did give us a list of like 10, like the top 10.
The top 10.
And they were all skiers, snowboarders.
Snowboarders.
Freestyle skiing.
Yeah. It was kind of fun.
And then at the end, what did it say? It was almost adorable. It was like, there are also figure skaters, speed skaters, and other sport athletes. But it didn't
From
name
Colorado.
them. It just named the
And I
skiers.
asked like 4 or 5 times, so come on AI, get better. On when I need it now, instead of doing my own research. But that is kind of cool that there is 31 to 33.
31 to 33.
Colorado Olympians. And the one that you can watch coming up if you want to get up really early or just watch Peacock or just Google it.
It's not
Don't
just-
AI it right now because he might not be able, or she, whatever voice you have on AI, might not be able to tell you exactly which.
It's more than just Lindsey Vonn, people.
It's more, which I couldn't even find that young woman's name. I believe she was a Colorado
That won the gold?
that won the gold, but Lindsey Vohn's
Yeah, I think she was.
crash kind of overshadowed that gold medal.
Would it annoy you right now if I jumped on AI and
Yes,
found
do it.
super quickly?
Do it.
Oh.
Do it because this is how our life works. He does all the tech and I do all contracting. Oh, thank you, Sharon. How are you? Oh, so anyway, it'll be fun to watch our Colorado native, Fort Collins, Colorado native even,
Yeah.
compete in the bobsled. But I just, every time I hear bobsled, I always go back to the famous, Cool Runnings movie. Because it was a good...
Michaela Schifrin, this was, I believe, who you were trying to find, won the women's slalom, born in Edwards, Colorado.
Yeah.
Elizabeth LeMay won women's moguls. She's from Vail. And is that really it so far? Oh my gosh, that's it. From Colorado that have won gold medals.
Yeah.
So those two.
There you go. Speaking of gold medal wins, which is super exciting, USA women's hockey.
Oh, spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Okay, now. Now you can do it.
Why is it a spoiler alert? Oh no! Did I just overstep? So.
Well, I think technically it was yesterday morning, so they would have found out about it last night. So yeah, you're
Yeah,
safe.
it's
You're
all
safe.
over the news.
The time difference, I'm thrown off.
Oh.
Now, don't come to me Saturday morning and go, "Hey, did you watch? Guess who won the gold medal game between U.S. and is it going to be Canada? Is it going to be Finland? We don't know. It was close last time I checked.
It's all over the internet already.
Oh yeah, I
Even
guess
in
it
the
is.
Colorado
I guess it is. Yeah, never mind.
So no spoil alert because it's already been spoiled. But USA women's hockey gold medalists.
Congrats.
Woo woo
beating
in
Canada.
overtime against Canada. So that's exciting. And speaking of the Colorado Eagles, tomorrow night is going to be kind of doing a fun USA Olympic type themed at their hockey game as well. So if you are in Northern Colorado and want to go to Blue Arena and catch that, the tickets might be sold out.
They're running on the secondary market for around $150 a piece.
Yeah.
So
there is a legendary original USA hockey against the USSR during the Cold War. He is going to be, I believe it's the goalie from that team,
Yeah.
is going to be dropping the puck for this game. And so we're doing
is it Jim Rohn?
Yeah, Jim Rohn,
I believe is his last name.
So
Jim
that's
Craig. Jim Craig.
See,
Sorry, Jim.
he's the
Jim
name
Craig.
guy. Jim Craig. So that's exciting. And it'll be a lot of fun to attend and be there and just watch that moment in history. So
Which Jim Craig is the father-in-law of one of the American Eagles, or of one of the Colorado Eagles, which is really
who's
cool.
playing for?
So
Yeah, isn't he VP? What did Magna win this year?
Megs won MVP at the All-Star.
That's
game
right.
For the
MVP
AHL.
of the yeah.
Had
So
3 goals and no, I think he had 4 goals.
we are so
3
up
goals
on our
and
facts.
assists. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's
pulling them out of midair, people.
pulling out. It's kind of fun to be able to be there. We have his signature on some stuff, and it's just great. So hockey, we love hockey. And in other huge high Fort Collins news, my niece Kenzie Stephen was part of the President's Cup winners for that hockey tournament this past weekend as well. Go Kenzie! Woo woo! Go Junior Eagles! So yeah, that was a fun game to go cheer the Junior Eagles on, and they took away the President's Cup medals. So
Great.
it was great. So there you go. There's our update and I got to give a shout out to my niece. So
I mean, you don't have to. but we
I
should.
do. I have
should.
to
Oh,
because
okay.
it's Kenzie, and we love our niece. So yeah. Okay. See, that's all sports update, muddled information, and not maybe accurate, except for we can watch our bobsledder. That is true and accurate.
There's a reason why it's not a sports live podcast thing, whatever you call this. There's a reason for that.
But we do know we can watch Hunter Powell from Colorado, from Fort Collins
At 2 a.m.
at 2 a.m.
If you
would.
actually still have the USA Network, which I don't know.
Or
many
just
people who do.
rewatch it on Peacock.
Uh-huh.
So, there you go. let's move away from this.
Moving on to
Before-
market news, what's happening in real estate. So it's still early in the season. We're starting to kind of get ramped up for the spring season. News came down from NAR a couple weeks ago saying that,
National Association of Realtors, for those of you who don't know.
well, they could look it up.
That's true. They have to look up everything else we say
They do.
to
It's not
verify
like we
it.
give that much accurate information.
We give accurate. We just
Reports-
don't give complete.
Reports came down, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Reports came down from the National Association of Realtors that the month of January was actually back a little bit from previous years. We're down about 1 point something percent. See, here we go again. 1.7% month over month across the country. Now, although that's not great for the rest of the country, here in Colorado, we were actually pretty much even. We were actually a little bit up, about the same. We're about 1.4, 1.5 month over month here in northern Colorado specifically. So great news for us of we're at least maintaining and keeping strong from where we've been
trending
in
a little
past
above
years
the
and
rest of the
trending a
nation.
little above the rest of the nation. Yep.
Yeah.
Inventory this last month is up about 10% from this time last year, which is good, which means more properties are available for buyers to look at and have kind of options from, but prices are holding strong. So it's kind of a good for both worlds right now. Days on market are going to be about what we saw last year. 60 to 90 days is going to be average, 60 actually being really good, closer to 90 in some areas. But we are seeing some pockets where it's as short as 2 weeks is not unheard of for a property to go on and off the market on. So it's definitely going to change area to area. So make sure that you're asking the questions of what's my specific area look like. But overall, we're off to a decent start for this year, and I'm not sad about it. I'm glad about
It's
that.
exciting.
So
Yeah. So, because we have that given you the stats, we always have to wrap it up and come back around to the ridiculous, the funny, the amazingly, this will be more accurate, hopefully, if the news source is accredited, into the news.
before I go into the odd news, I have to go back because I took all the stats that we had, and to help with my thoughts this morning.
We're so on point.
We're so on point. We went way too long on sports, and you're pushing me out of this, but this is hilarious. I put everything into chat this morning of like, hey, here's all the stats that have come across. Help me organize my thoughts in all this, because sometimes there's a lot going on and I want to stay focused. After it gives me everything in a simple paragraph, it says, if you want, I can also give you. Option 2 was a Brandy delivers this version, makes it a more relational tone.
So if I deliver it, it's more relational.
Even AI is crapping on me today. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, read that again. We need to timestamp this.
No. You know what, AI? I found the facts. I gave them to you and asked you to simplify my thoughts, and you just.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh my gosh! All right, so
You
here
know,
we
I
go.
didn't quite believe in AI. Now I
Oh my gosh!
do. Because it was not helpful. I apologize, AI. I even told AI it wasn't helpful this morning, and it apologized to me. So now I have to apologize to it because it just said what it did.
Right.
To Mark.
That's funny. Moving on to the news. Now we can do the news. Going to the home state of Wisconsin.
Oh.
Wisconsin Rapids Fire Department was responding to a call at 5:30 p.m. The ambulance was parked in the 1400 block of 22nd Avenue South in the city while crews provided care to the patient. Then Benjamin Fletz, who we had later learned had been invading law enforcement and was doing
Invading or evading?
evading, not
Okay.
invading, sorry, evading.
Evading? Okay.
I'm reading a lot of like Ronald Dahl books right now, and sometimes my
We're
words go crazy.
professionals.
Anyway, Benjamin Fletz, who authorities later learned had been evading law enforcement and was doing push-ups while naked in public, got into the ambulance driver's seat. 2 paramedics were in the patient compartment with the patient at that time. One paramedic jumped out to figure out what was going on. The other paramedic, and at this time is when Fletz put the ambulance into drive and started driving, and actually pushed the other paramedic out of the ambulance, leaving the patient in the back of the ambulance while he drove away naked. The quote from the Wisconsin Rapids police chief said, "You hear that come over the radio, hey, that someone has stolen an ambulance, and your first thought is, did they just say someone stole an ambulance? How does that happen?" The situation placed our officers in harm's way, placed the civilians who were on the roadway in harm's way, and placed the individual in the back of the ambulance in harm's way.
No.
Right? The chase headed west on Highway 73. You all know where that is, obviously. Wisconsin Rapids officers attempted to end the chase by deploying a deflation device, but they were unsuccessful. As the chase entered Pittsville, Yes, Pittsfield, Wisconsin. Officers from Pittsfield Police Department were ultimately successful in stopping the ambulance by using stop sticks in a field just west of Pittsfield. So, spike strips, yep. Fletz refused multiple commands to exit the ambulance. I wonder if it's because he didn't want to come out naked. But because of the concern for the individual in back,
You think?
they launched a drone, flew it towards the ambulance so they could watch closely Fletz in the driver's seat, make sure he wasn't doing anything crazy, and were able to approach and arrest him.
Didn't he already do something
He already
crazy?
did something crazy.
Like even before the ambulance?
Fletz is being booked in the Wood County Jail for the following charges: disorderly conduct, lewd and lascivious behavior. See, professionals.
Where?
You know that one. Operating a motor vehicle without an owner's consent, obstruction emergency personnel, recklessly endangering safety, threats to law enforcement, and operating while intoxicated. No duh. The third offense. Way to go, Wisconsin.
But they didn't say
Way
that
to
the
go.
person who was picked up in the ambulance was okay.
No, the person, it does. The person was okay and
Whew.
was then brought to the hospital. The injuries, whatever that person was picked up for, it was not considered life-threatening.
Oh,
and
thank
so
God.
the person was fine. Their name has not been released to kind of protect them. I mean, if I'm that guy in the back of the ambulance, I am shouting this story to
What?
the
I
entire
was going to
world.
say, what a story. You know, did you know my grandpa one time was in the back of an ambulance? And a naked guy hijacked it. Future generations.
Future generations.
Yeah, we'll have a long story to tell. That's funny.
Uh-huh.
Now that everybody's safe. And you know they're safe. What?
Moving to Florida, never short on great stories. If you don't know and you haven't been to Florida, Florida is, there's a time where iguanas have kind of overrun Florida. They're kind of considered a nuisance. And I think it started with simply people having pet iguanas, thinking it'd be awesome, and then realize there's more to take care of than they cared for, and so release them into the wild. And so now there's actually areas of Florida where you can watch iguanas kind of fall from trees just randomly. Well, with Florida's sudden cold
So it's
spell,
pastime.
It's a pastime. With iguanas being a lizard, cold-blooded animal, if the temperature drops too much, it actually causes them to freeze. And then they can later thaw out and be back alive and running around just as normal. Well, Florida's sudden cold streak of 40 degrees has caused quite an issue for Florida people, as there have been hundreds and thousands of iguanas falling from trees. Florida has actually set up in the Wildlife Conservation Commission, set up areas where people could bring in frozen iguanas. Some of them were kind of nursed back to health and released. Some of those people were given like basically a license to keep it as a pet if they want it. However, because they are such a nuisance in Florida, quite a few of them actually were slated to be euthanized. One day, the pizza owner of Bucks, Frankie Cesare, was called by a friend asking, "How do you feel about me bringing in some iguana meat and making iguana pizza?" He agreed and made a video showing him making iguana pie. And his video took off and had about 1,500 calls to make iguana pie from the tree fallen iguanas. Now, it's, as stated before, it's kind of illegal to just have pet iguanas or to catch iguanas. They were having them turned into the Wildlife Commission. Not sure if it's illegal or not, but after selling a whole bunch of pizza, they decided they should probably pause on the four-legged topping until it was sorted out more thoroughly. And some of that was backlash due to the video that they posted and such. But yeah, so there you go. Local pizzeria took advantage of the frozen iguanas falling from trees and decided to throw it on top of the pizza. Which we've had iguana.
We've had iguana.
It's out of the country, so it was completely legal. Nothing weird with it, and it's fine. It's chickenish.
Yeah.
And except it was a stew in the islands, and they literally just chopped it up and threw it in.
No.
Without the head.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But it still had the pads on the.
Still had the feet and the little claws.
Oh.
And
well,
that's when
we have decided when we go on trips that we're going to try something new and something native, and so we did. We went to the market and we ate iguana, and it was interesting. We can say we did that once.
We did that once.
We did that
is
once.
A great way to put that.
Yeah. So I think it was okay until we got to the feet.
It was fine until we got to the feet. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Do
we have one more?
One more quick story. Going back all the way to the 1990s, Pepsi-Cola was known for having
all the way
back. Yeah, for you kids there, back in the 1900s. I hate it when you say that. Back in the 1990s, for those of us that were children of the 80s and 90s, you'll remember this fondly. Everybody was doing giveaways based on collecting points from their products. Coke and Pepsi both had them where if you got the bottles, under the cap there'd be a point number to it. You collect so many points and you can get free Pepsi swag. Well, one of the commercials, and they thought this was hilarious, was of a fighter jet with the Pepsi symbol on it, saying if you collect 7 million Pepsi points, you would win the fighter jet with the Pepsi symbol on the side. Obviously, it was hilarious. Everybody thought it was funny. However, one man took it seriously and literally. Can I find his name again? Foster, I believe. Nope, not even close. John Leonard was his name. And he collected 7 million Pepsi points in order to win the free jet.
What?
Now, Pepsi did this promotion as a joke, but their advertisement had no disclaimers on it anywhere saying the jet's not actually a prize, you can't really win the jet, please don't try to win the jet. I would like to meet John Leonard back in the 90s and find out who he is and what he did, because he spent over $700,000 in Pepsi products to get enough points to win the jet. Yeah. So he went to Pepsi to get the jet, which I guess $700,000 in comparison to the price of a real fighter jet.
That's true.
Is a lot different.
Yes.
But I mean, what are you gonna do? Sell the jet? Are you gonna just have it in your front yard as a, hey, look what I won? Anyway, Pepsi said no, and they weren't doing it. It's not a real prize. He then took them to court in around, I believe, 1999, claiming that he had the right to the fighter jet because he collected the points, and at the time there was no disclaimers on the ads. Ultimately, Ultimately, the legal system ruled in favor of Pepsi, saying that this promotion, although it didn't say you can't actually win the jet, was so outrageous and so outlandish, no person in their right mind should believe that they could actually win the jet. So unfortunately, Leonard lost that claim. Well, now it's come back around, and he now has some sort of redemption in his life. Right? Let's see. Oh, there's a bunch of fluff in here, so I got to get back to it. Now, Leonard has been approached by two different companies. One, they have now made a Netflix documentary about him and his quest for the Pepsi fighter jet. And then Frontier Headlines has jumped on board. And
Frontier Headlines or Airlines?
Frontier Airlines has now jumped on board, Headlines. And now they have offered Leonard $70 billion flight miles. Basically, they're telling Leonard you can fly anywhere in the world whenever you want for the rest of your life for free. And I guess Frontier is kind of making fun of Pepsi at it with the jet and trying to use that to their advantage. But my thought is, if you win free lifetime miles on Frontier, are you really winning? Like back in the day, we all loved Frontier, right? When it was the hub, when Denver was the hub, and it was the heartbeat of Denver for a while as a company. Like, it was great for the city of Denver until it just about collapsed. And now, are you really choosing to fly Frontier?
For free.
But-
if it was free.
I guess Leonard's got it.
I mean,
my
if it
question
was free,
is all my baggage included?
that's what I was
the
going to
catch.
say.
Are they gonna? Do you get free flights, but you're charged for your seat? You're charged for your baggage. You're charged for your carry-on.
You're charged for the food.
Yeah, you're charged for the food.
You're charged.
Wouldn't that be
Charged for the
amazing?
napkin.
He has 70 billion flight miles he can use, but it doesn't count towards any of that.
It just. And my other question, going back to the Netflix.
Yeah.
How do you backtrack? I'm just trying to think the creativity that you have to do an entire documentary on collecting bottle cap points.
I mean, I guess go home and watch it. I guess it came out
It doesn't count.
I came out in 2022.
Oh, it
but,
did?
Yeah, to be
So
honest.
nobody heard about it?
I mean, I guess people that were still locking themselves inside from COVID at that point.
I
might
mean,
have seen
yeah,
it.
but it just doesn't sound thrilling. Like,
Yeah,
watch this gentleman's journey in collecting bottle caps.
The documentary is called Pepsi, Where's My Jet? Now, just from that title, I probably never would have clicked on it. Honestly, this odd news site that I found it all, who brought this to my attention? Oh, they're just odd news. I love you guys. The title was Guy Who Didn't Win Pepsi Jet Gets Lame Consolation Prize 30 Years Later. That drew me in. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
what's this about? Not Pepsi, Where's My Jet?
Yeah.
So, well.
Okay, we need comments. Would you watch a documentary?
Called Pepsi, Where's My Jet? I would now,
Anyone know?
but not before.
No.
No.
But it just, that doesn't,
No.
like, how
And
long
that's
is
mostly because
how long is it?
I'm
Is
from a
it
Coke
an
family.
hour or 2 hours of watching this guy's journey collecting
It
bottle
might,
caps?
It might be 15 minutes.
Does he go to dump?
This
dig in?
episode of Fort Fun Friday Fast might have lasted longer than the Pepsi documentary.
That's not on me, that's on you.
I blame AI.
Yeah. Today for some reason we're blaming AI for all of it.
There we go. I'm pretty sure that's all we have for Fort Fun Friday Fast.
We apologize for this episode.
I don't apologize for nothing. We don't do this for you. I mean, we do this for you. I do this for me. Like, this is as much fun for me to do as anything else, to be honest.
To wrap up our week, going into the weekend with laughter.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah. Okay.
She's like, yeah, fun. Can I go back to bed? It's been a long week. Mark and Brady Aspinall, Berkshire Hathaway, Living Colorado Elite. We are the Living Colorado Elite team. That was completely wrong. Sorry, franchise. Forgive me later. We'll see you Monday. Or no, we'll see you Friday. We might see you Monday. Who knows?
We need to get sleep. It's been a long week. We'll see you next Friday for Fort Fun Friday Facts, better known as.
Should we do the whole thing again?